Babylon, man. You can see it, man.
It's all
same
focused,
Babylonian, that Babylonian spirit, man. You can actually see how ancient Babylon was, man. It's all the nations, it's mingling, you know, that feminine vibe, you know, the long hair, you know, women wearing, you know when you know that movie 300, the Spartans, and you go into Xerxes' tent, you had them different, you know, the women doing all that shit, you know, and they had all the jewelry and shit like that. That's how it was, man. That you gotta know how Babylon must have been. Obviously that was Medo-Persia, but Babylon was before Medo-Persia, so it wasn't much different because it was the same period. You know what I'm trying to say? So ancient Babylon must have had that same shit, man. You know, the woman with the jewelry on them shit. You know, being whores and shit. Because remember, ancient Babylon, they don't rule with the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So that's what's called a beast. You know, there's another beastly rulership that our people were subject to. You know? There's the same thing going on now, man. You know? Queen of Heaven worship, the worshipping of the stars, the moon, and everything like that. The same shit, man. The same demonic, the same lawless vibe, man, going on. Idolatry. Even in that Xerxes' tent of all them women he had Baphomet right up in the scene, man. The goat right there in the scene, man.
Oh yeah.
Playing the harp and shit, man. You know? You even had the black woman in the tent, man. You had the afros and shit. The black woman was a hoe, man. Back then, they're doing it right now. They were doing it back then.
It's the same.
They've been hoes for centuries, man. They've been hoes for millenniums, man. God damn. You know? Funny how all them demons has disappeared. They were here, then they gone. You got go back to the city on the hill, man.
Yeah, it says resist the devil and he shall flee. But yeah, man, I didn't really mean to, you know, do that, man. But you know, at the same time, I mean, if you feel like you gotta defend yourself, then you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Because if he's attacking camp robbers like that, I'm thinking they'll continue doing it.
Yeah.
Like if you let a guy slap you in the face and you just sit there doing nothing, he's thinking, what else can I do to this guy?
Right. And he's drunk too.
He's drunk. Spit on you.
Yeah. That's just the thing. So you got, you know, I mean, but at the same time, you know, we have to keep it spiritual, though. We have to keep it spiritual.
You have to be spiritual.
That's on my behalf. That's on all of the brothers' behalf, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, if they want to get carnal and they want to, you know, throw a punch at you, you got to do what you got to do. You know, it's a time and a chance for all things, man. But like you said, brother, man, you know, hey, man, Satan's working right now because, you know, this system is about to fall apart real soon. So Satan is getting real pissed off. That's why you got all these demons trying to rise up against us.
Be prepared for Bushwick, man.
Or that movie.
Be prepared for Bushwick. It's gonna be a reality, bro. I don't know how they're gonna play it out here, but it's gonna obviously be probably something similar.
It's probably gonna be worse. Because you got all these other nations here as well.
You understand?
Systems.
You know, all this mirth and shit is all gonna come to an abrupt end, man. That's why we're out here shining, man, because we're hoping that. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Get on, let your light shine before men, and then get John 3:16.
As Matthew 5 and 13, ye are the salt of the earth, but 14, ye are the light of the world. A city is set on an hill, cannot be hid.
You understand? This is what they say, that we're the light of the world, man. We're the light of the world. You know? I mean, the world referring to cosmos, Israel. So we, the elect, the disciples of Yahawashi, we're the light of Israel, man. We're the light, man. Trust me, in the kingdom, we're gonna be the light, man. You know? we're gonna be the ones, the founding fathers of Israel, man. When we come together, you know, it's gonna be like a force. It's gonna be a force, man. It's good to say, "And the righteous shall shine." In Daniel 12, I believe it is.
Right.
The righteous shall shine. We're gonna shine, man.
Come on, you know, he might as well get that.
We're gonna shine, man. You know.
Come on.
Scriptures say we're gonna be like spark, and they shall be like sparks flying to and fro. As in the apocrypha, man. The Most High's gonna change us, man. I'm telling you, He's gonna change us, man.
We're gonna get that exceeding glory.
I don't know if I'm gonna look the same but more enhanced, or whether I'm just gonna look completely different. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't recognize me. Like,
You look like you're like,
like
Smith, that one. Oh,
yeah. That's what I was thinking the other day. Like, when my art changes, I'm thinking, I'm gonna be standing there, I'm not gonna know who's who. Like, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, you my art now? You know what I'm saying? I say, nah, man, I'm Ramon, man. Oh, yeah, Ramon, yeah. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, though, the Most High's gonna give us that spiritual insight.
To know, innit? To know, we're gonna know, innit? We're gonna know.
Come on.
We're gonna know.
Oh shit, that's the what? Oh, okay, that's the what. All right.
Oh, man, you're big, man.
Come on.
Daniel 12 and what?
Yeah. Daniel 12 and I believe is 14, where it says, the wicked. It says something that the wicked shall not understand, but the righteous shall.
Yeah, where you at? Daniel's 12.
I believe it's 14.
That's 12 there.
Where they that be white? Yeah, that one. That's free.
So Daniel 12 and 3, and it says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many into righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Yeah, what verse was that?
Wow.
12 and 3.
Okay.
You hearing that? We're gonna be like the stars, man.
Come on.
You can't even see the stars anymore, but that's how much pollution there is, man.
Come on.
And they own what? Chemtrails.
Get them chemtrail.
Can't even see the down stars anymore, man.
Nah, you can't see it.
Can't even see the stars no more.
It's just dust and trails of chemicals.
Imagine that though. We're gonna be like the stars, man. We're gonna shine like the stars. That's the type of power we're gonna have. Our body's gonna illuminate that brightly, man. Shit. Fuck, man.
Come on.
Go on, yeah, go on.
It's Isaiah 60 and 1. It says, arise, shine, for the light is come,
Hear that?
and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Read that again. Read the whole verse from verse 1.
As Isaiah 60 and 1, it says, arise, shine, for the light is come.
Right, so it said arise, shine. Because right now we're shining on a spiritual level. Because we was dead. We were empty. You know what I'm saying? But the lamps, we're trimming our lamps, man. So now this fire, because we got the oil, we got the understanding. That's why I said, and they that are wise shall shine. Because we're being, say, the wise virgins.
Right.
That's us, man. We're the five wise virgins, and we took our lamps as truth, and we have the understanding.
And
now
that oil too. We took the oil.
Yeah. You know, and it's shining now, man. And we're shining it before men. We're trying to. The scripture says we're I don't remember the thing it is in Isaiah goes so they may see clearly, make the crooked ways straight or something like that.
I'm sure I read that today.
Yeah. Get Isaiah 42 verse 16.
It's Isaiah 42:16, and it says, and I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not.
I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. Where
I will lead them in paths that they have not known.
I will lead them in paths that they have not known, because this is new to us. We're bringing it back to our minds again. This is new, you know, new wine, we could say. Where
I will make darkness light before them.
I will make darkness light before them. Where
and crooked things straight.
And what?
And crooked things straight.
And crooked things straight, man. So that's what we're doing when we're shining our light before men. We're making the crooked things straight, man. Because it was crooked. It was like they couldn't understand it. Like excuse me, get Isaiah 29 verse 11. Because it was crooked to them, it was darkness to them. When our people open the scriptures, they can't understand these scriptures. That's why a lot of our people put the Bible to the side. Okay? But the job of the prophets was the secrets is revealed to us, so we break it down to them, innit? But
it's Isaiah 29:11, and it says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned.
Right, so it was crooked. They couldn't understand his breakdown.
Third day.
Right?
Third day or second day?
Our people couldn't understand. They can't understand it. When they read it, they try to understand it for themselves, and they can't do it because it's. You need some man to break it down for you. You need a teacher. Get the scriptures where it says that teachers shall no more be pushed into a corner. What's that scripture?
I think that's Isaiah 30 something. Isaiah 30
You go ahead.
Isaiah 30:20, and it says, and though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the waters of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left.
You understand? So this thing is spiritual. It's spiritual. Okay? So some man deny their teachers. Students say you gotta see your teachers, man. Alright? You're gonna see them. Where you gonna see them?
Next time somebody touch you like that, man, fuck them up.
I don't know what you told him, but I didn't hear that, but I hope he didn't tell you to kill someone, man.
No, man.
You might just get us arrested.
No, he ain't nothing like that, man.
Anyway, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't know he was going to. I didn't even know he was going to do that, man. But you know, next time that goes down, man.
But they gotta be drunk to do that. He had to get drunk
I know,
to do that.
I know, yeah.
Sometimes I have to watch myself, but once that spirit jump on me, man, like it's hard to pull me off.
What to attack?
Yeah.
I might hurt somebody. I'm trying my best not to engage in such.
They just remain spiritual. But you know, though, I mean, that's going to happen because that's going to further validate that we're doing something good. You know what I mean? Because the ancient prophets of old, they went through all of that. They were spat on and smacked upside the head.
Yeah.
That's going to happen, man.
Torn into pieces.
Right? Yeah.
Fed to animals. Look what happened to Jeremiah, man. They put him in the pit with mud, man.
Go on.
But nothing, they locked him up. Nothing. What happened? Daniel was with the lions. They locked up Jeremiah. And the different Ethiopian kings had to get Jeremiah out of the prison, man. But they found out who he was and shit. You know? The poor told you what he went through, man. What kind of persecutions, man.
Yeah.
He gave you a list.
And even Stephen too, the prophet Stephen, he was dragged into the streets and they beat his ass, man.
Beat his ass like Emmett Till.
Come on.
They beat the crap out of him. They killed him.
Come on.
They killed him, man. Like Emmett Till, man. You know? But you know what that showed me right there? I don't mean to change the topic. You know, but it showed me that the other they're weaker than us, man. If it was Jake would have went crazy. If I was me fighting two Jakes, they would have went crazy. But it's two Edomites, they're weak, man. They ain't tough, man.
Yeah, you could take two of them on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. We were standing right there and you never even did that.
Go on. You kept our composure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So where's he?
We just read that one.
Get Matthew chapter 5, chapter 4, verse 14. Start from verse 12.
So Matthew 4 and 12, and it says, now when Yahawashi had heard that John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee, and leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast. Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast, in the borders of Zabulon and Nephthalim, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, the land of Zabulon and the land of Nephthalim by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles, the people which sat in darkness saw a great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, the light is sprang up.
You understand? So that's what Yahawashi was. He was that light, man. He was that light. It says the people who sat in darkness saw great light. So it says, so verse 13, he says he left Nazareth and he dwelt in Capernaum. Okay? And it said that the people who sat in darkness saw great light. So that's what the people see when they see us, man. Because the scripture says the servant should be as his master. So we're doing the works of the Lord. That's why the virgin said there was a cry at midnight, go ye out to meet him.
Yeah.
So we're out here doing what the Lord do. We're meeting the Lord in the highways and byways, man.
As we're doing what we're commanded. Come on.
In the highways and byways. See him? Get John 3 verse, I believe 17. John 18, yeah, John 3 verse 18.
And I mean, I don't mean to go back to what happened, in terms of earlier before, but that's why you gotta watch yourself, man. You can't be putting your hand on people, because you got certain people, they know how to break your arm. They can break your arm and stuff like that. They can hold your arm and break it, man. And I could have broke that guy's arm because I know how to break arms out here. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But you got people out there, they know how to do certain things. So you can't just walk up on just anybody like that. Can't do that, man.
Yeah, because
you can get yourself hurt real fast than you expect.
Because if you're on YouTube, just watch jiu-jitsu, street fighters and jiu-jitsu. There's certain people out there know jiu-jitsu, man. They know how to grab you up and twist you up and fold you up, man, in seconds, man.
Yeah.
You know? They know how to like, you know what I'm saying? They know how to fight, man. They're not like boxing and shit, but they know how to just watch street fights, man. That's what I've been doing, man. You look at street fights, it's like if you're one guy and you're dealing with a bag of guys, there's ways you can deal with them, man.
Go on. Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
There's certain guys that know jiu-jitsu. They know how to put you to sleep, man, literally. They know how to lock you up and put you to sleep, man, take you out.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of that. Quick and easy, man.
Yeah, quickly. There's the one street guy tried to take on some Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy.
And he got knocked the fuck out.
The street fighter, the black guy, jumped the jiu-jitsu guy. The guy went on the ground on his back. And it's like his legs went around his neck. His legs went around his neck. And the guy, all you could see was the black guy's arms flapping like that. Then after like a few seconds, man, he was
because I'm gonna hit you with something, right? and I mean, I don't mean to get carnal, but see, this is the thing. See, you got a lot of guys, right? They're drunk, right? And they'll walk up to a guy they think they can beat up.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking because they're drunk. So they're not understanding that. Wait a minute, this person, he might know a little jiu-jitsu, or he might know a little Chai-Si.
There he is again, man. There he is again. It's right by my days.
You understand? So, I mean, if you gonna touch somebody, you gotta be careful, because somebody can You know, you might
Yeah, bro.
you might do something, and the guy might be able to grab your head and twist your neck. You could do that too.
You know?
So you got to be careful when you're dealing with people out here, man.
You gotta be careful, man. Yeah, brothers need to stay on alert, man, because you got demons attacking. Even now, they're attacking us now. First they're arguing with us, now they're attacking us. Man.
Yeah.
So brothers need to stay alert, man. Even if a guy looks somewhat harmless, you still gotta be alert.
you gotta be
don't
alert.
tell them what the spirit might make him do, man.
Come on.
These devils, man.
And
Expect these devils to go all out because their kingdom is literally
it's falling
about to hit
away.
rock bottom, man.
Yeah.
So expect these devils to go nuts, man.
Yeah. And even like you were saying earlier before, brother, like the boxing, like there's a certain way how you throw a punch. There's a certain way how you box, and you know because you got a lot of people that will throw a punch like and there's no structure.
No.
You gotta structure yourself and then throw the punch.
Even when you're dealing with guys that don't know how to fight, you gotta be careful because they're frantic, innit? There's no structure to that. They just go crazy. Innit?
Yeah.
So you still gotta watch them, innit?
Yeah.
A guy that knows how to fight, he's more controlled, innit? He's
Right.
more, it's timing to him.
Yeah.
But a guy that don't know how to fight, even a guy that knows how to fight, you still gotta be careful about
you still
fighting
gotta
a
be
guy
very
that don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
Because he goes crazy. He's unpredictable.
Can't.
You know, he can throw legs, punches.
Yeah.
Bite you.
Yeah.
You never know what he's gonna do.
And that's why Mayweather, if you notice, Mayweather, he wins all of his fights because he's organized, he's structured, he's thinking about what he's gonna do before he does it.
So it's a mind thing.
So it's a mind thing. Come on.
But most experienced fighters, what they will tell you is avoid fighting, man.
Come on.
Because most people that go looking for a fight, they get nailed, man.
Yeah, they do.
They get nailed.
It's very true. Come on.
You know, the guy that's on the defensive they always win.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're defending and they're coming at you, if you manage to not engage with them, you win.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't get punched up or swinging, you still wind up winning because you didn't get beaten up.
Right.
You know, guys tried to attack you and you emerged on cool.
So
you basically won.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they always encourage people that if you don't get into a fight, discipline and everything like that. Even when you fight, put your hands up to show. Because if you clench your fists, that shows aggression. That's gonna make the person.
And panic.
Yeah.
Come on. Because it's psychological.
It's all psychological. Fighting, a lot of it is psychological. You know, it's leg work. You know, it's discipline and everything like that.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead, man.
And I mean, if you're a pro fighter, you don't need to be fighting nobody because you're gonna hurt the person. You're gonna knock them out and you're gonna kill them. So you just keep it cool. You just keep it calm. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what you're capable of doing. But the fighter that wants to fight, he's trying to prove that he's the tough guy. But you don't gotta prove that you're a tough guy because you know what you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? Because the true fighters that know how to fight, they just keep they calm. You don't even know if they know how to fight or not. They just calm. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna let you get on with it, brother. You do your thing, man. Salakia.
That's another topic in
Yeah.
spiritual. Where John 3, was it 18?
So what was he reading
John
before?
3.
Yeah, John 3, 18. Verse 18.
As at John 3 and 18, and he says, he that believeth on me is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And this is the condemnation, that the light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light.
The scripture says, we're the light of the world. We're the light of the world, the city and the hill that can't be hid. The scripture says, this is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, man. Meaning that cry at midnight has already been sounded, man. We're out here meeting the Lord, man. We've already trimmed our lamps. I'm telling you, man, right now is the time, man. Now is the time more than ever that brothers should be trying to wake up, man. I mean, you can see what the hell is going on, man. Earthquakes all over the damn place.
Yeah.
And the scriptures clearly tell you about that, man. Clearly. When you shall see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt know this is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, man. Yahawashi is on his way, man. You know what I'm saying? Even Yahawashi knows that, yeah, we're near the time. I'm near the time. But he don't know the exact day and the time. He don't know the exact day, but he knows he's near it, man.
More demons, man.
Yeah, they're demons, man. You can tell, innit?
God. It's all spiritual, man. Everything's spiritual.
Everything's spiritual out here. You have to stay. I know it's difficult because we're in the flesh, innit? Because it's difficult to stay, to mortify your members, man. It's difficult to mortify it, man. Mortify means deaden your senses. You know, to deaden your fear and everything like that. But you have to maintain that spirituality. Like, it's different spirits, man. When you see different guys attacking you, those are spirits attacking you, man.
God.
You know?
It's like when Yahawashi cursed out Peter and called him Satan. He didn't call Peter Satan. He called it the spirit of Satan within Peter, man.
Yeah. Right. Get behind me, Satan, man.
Right.
You know? Because Peter didn't know that he was coming in the spirit of the devil. When he said that, he didn't know that. He was just talking out of the passion that was in his heart. He didn't realize that Satan was on him when he said that. You know what I'm saying?
Go on. What's going on? Yeah, it's hardcore, man.
Demons, man. You gotta be careful. When people come up, man, you be careful. You gotta watch people, man.
Yeah.
Because here it is. So it's only we're in a spirit. We're trying to focus, but you gotta watch out for different spirits out here, man.
Yeah, you do.
Because the majority of the people walking past look like heathens. I'm not gonna lie. They look like they're heathens, isn't it?
Oh, of course. Even the 2/3 of our own people, of course.
Yeah. So, you know, you gotta watch out for the unbelieving, man. Go ahead, man.
John 3:19, and this is the condemnation, that the light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Yes, so Lord, that's what